Welcome back to the Gin and Thomas podcast, and most importantly, welcome back to the third drink. I'm your host, Thomas, and with us today, we have very, very special guest for our festive episode, Brandon Churchill. How you doing?
Welcome, all you ho-ho-hos.
So, Brandon, this is our second edition of the third drink. You want to talk to us about what we're drinking?
Yeah, so this being the third drink, the end of the night wrapper-upper, if you will, we've got a medium-sized glass full of rocks being ice for you newbies. We got about a third of that glass full of very cheap whiskey, $16 for a handle.
No wonder it tastes like shit. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I know you like it. And then the other 2/3 is full of Coke Zero.
I love Coke Zero, dude. How'd you know?
Whiskey Coke, bro, and I don't do sugar.
I try not to do sugar either. Well, so
Can I set the scene?
set the scene for me, brother.
So we are in the man cave. We're in the man cave. We have a fire going on the TV. Fire going on the TV.
No, hold on. You do have a fireplace. You just can't use it.
Correct. So we have the fire going on the TV. We've got a little lamp on behind it. We've got a salt rock on, and then the big lights are off.
A
So
lot
it's very
of
very ambiance.
a very golden orange lit studio tonight.
Very like lights off with the fireplace going, soft light kind of vibe for our third drink podcast. Fires are like amazing. I was gonna say delicious, but you can't eat fire, so.
Well, you could. I believe
I
there
don't
are people
recommend it.
known as fire eaters.
I don't recommend it. They condition and they use special instruments to do so, but
But it's the third drink.
it's the third drink. It's a beautiful night. It's a little cold, a little chilly. With the winter weather, especially in the Midwest, it gets very overcast. And people that are sensitive to sunlight, as far as like needing it for happiness and energy, they tend to get a little sad during this time.
I was
That's
I'm hard.
That's ice in a plastic cup this time. Yeah,
That's mine.
there you go. Can you tell the difference?
Yeah, one is in a white cup, one is in a red cup. Comment below if you can hear the difference.
I think it's our shake that's different.
Let me tell you, one of those is a white cup. Let me tell you. No, but living in the desert, I had plenty of sunlight every day, but the winter, just less daylight. That's how seasons work. And I had quite often fallen victim to the Seasonal Affective Disorder, which I'm not going to lie, I don't like the name because it abbreviates to SAD.
Oh,
Yeah, Seasonal Affective Disorder.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, which makes it kind of sound like, oh, you're sad. You know what I mean?
But you are.
Well, yeah, but like you know, just kind of I feel that it like weakens it a little bit. The name works against the issue.
I didn't realize that it abbreviated to SAD. That's kind of dope, actually. Well, listen. The cloudy days are sad,
They are.
but they make you appreciate the sunny days.
You can't have the sunny days without some rainy days.
You can't have light without dark.
And
Yin
That's so
without
true.
yang.
and how do I put this?
Whiskey
It's like
without
I don't
cola.
ever want someone to appreciate being depressed, but I mean, there are those that are like clinically depressed all the time, but then there's like the seasonal depression and all that. And like,
Of course, which isn't a joke, by the way.
no, not
It's
at
a
all.
real thing.
And even the seasonal depression, like you can get down for no reason, which is really hard because it's like it's the festive holidays. You're supposed to be like, oh, I'm supposed to be happy and grateful. Oh, we're doing all this Christmas stuff.
Number one time for suicide during the year.
Yeah, and it's just like because like me, for instance, I've fallen victim to the seasonal affective disorder when I was living in the sunniest state in America, Arizona. The most sunshine out of any state.
It's not the Sunshine State, though, is it?
No, well, which is Florida, but we have more sunshine. And like Colorado is known as like mountain state. Arizona has more mountaintops.
Jesus.
Yeah, we're the Grand Canyon state, but we're still good at a lot of other things. But it's fine. It's
and
fine.
You're still sad.
I'm still sad. No, but that's the thing. Like, I lived in the sunniest state in the country, and that shit still hit me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Well, maybe
But
it's like a just like a what you're used to kind of thing.
Well, yeah, and so now I'm here in the Midwest and in St. Louis specifically, and like it's cloudy. We had the first snow of the year recently.
Correct.
But like it's just crazy. And like you said, like it's nothing to joke about and all that. And this time of year is like the #1 suicide rate. But it's like I'm away from my family for the first time in my entire life.
Well, Thomas, you have family.
I have you.
You're damn right.
I've spent every holiday, like 4th of July, like when I first moved here, you and I hung out for 4th of July, and it was in our friend's backyard. When I moved to St. Louis July 2nd, and we were hanging out in that backyard July 4th. That was the first holiday I spent away from home.
Wow.
Yeah, and 4th of July is my favorite holiday.
Really?
But like America has a lot of problems, but I believe in everything America believes it could be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. By the way, he's wearing a USA sweater right now.
I am. Thank you for noticing. It's from American Eagle. They don't sell it anymore because I bought all of them.
Okay. So let's hear other than hearing the glass. Let's hear the analogy here.
So
America it's that crazy girl that's super hot. She's got a good education, but she keeps fucking up.
Mm-hmm.
And you see the potential in her. She's got great moral values, and you see the potential in her, but she keeps fucking it up. I don't know. That's kind of where it's at right now.
That's America.
That's America right now.
But like they can be better. They can be everything you ever wanted.
There's potential there for her to be the greatest woman on earth.
But you know what potential means?
Potential?
Potential means you just haven't done it yet.
Exactly.
But it's not about 4th of July.
It's Christmas.
It's about Christmas and the holiday
Christ
season.
Mass.
So like we were saying, so this is my first holiday season away from home, away from anybody, but no one's able to visit me. So this is like my first Christmas, like being away from everybody, my entire life.
Yeah.
And Christmas has been Thanksgiving and Christmas has been the holiday around my family. And it's hard. Like, I'm not going to pretend like I'm just shrugging it off like it's easy. And so, but how many people spend these holidays alone? Even if you don't leave your hometown, a lot of these people spend holiday alone. Yeah, without a choice.
Yeah.
I chose to move here.
It's not their choice to do that. And they're still alone.
And and I can still call my family and say hello, how are you doing? I can still mail gifts, but a lot of people don't. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Sad.
And I don't know.
On top of that, seasonal depression. Compound it.
So whether you're alone on the holidays and don't have seasonal depression, whether you have seasonal depression and you're not alone for the holidays, and there are the few of you, including me, that get it both, it's hard. And I don't know if there is a solution. But it is hard, and you're not alone,
No,
and
not.
It's okay to have these things happen to you. It's hard, but it's okay.
You'll be all right.
But I mean, I don't know, Brandon. I mean, like, what do you do? I don't know what to do. What would you do if you were one of these people that felt alone, I guess?
Well, yeah, you'd feel sorry for yourself. That's a given, like you would.
And that's not bad.
No, not at all. But like, just go into that, like, I don't know. This isn't gonna work.
It's hard.
This is not gonna work for everybody.
Let me hear it.
You go into that Zen Buddhist mode of like, this is just how it's going right now.
A very stoicism philosophy.
It does not always have to be like this. I can move it out of this. We can do this. It'll be okay. This is just my reality at this moment. Or you can go the Rambo approach. This is my goddamn origin story. This is where it fucking starts. I'm bettering myself right fucking now. We're getting it. We're changing it. We're getting it. Or maybe that's more Rocky. I don't know.
Well, either way, I do feel like that's a very good approach to life.
Either way.
Because
Stoic or badass.
exactly. Well, did you ever play the game Skyrim?
Yeah.
So I don't remember the name of like the dragon that hung out with the Greybeards in that game. Paralanak, some kind of something.
I don't remember.
But he used to be a bad guy, but then he decided to be a good guy before the game. And you talk to him, and he says, "Is it better to be born good, or to overcome your evil?" And it's just kind of it. And not saying like your depression is evil, or like any kind of negative emotions are evil, but it's like it's just interesting. Like, is it better to just be born perfect, or like be born with these struggles that you get better than? And
I'll answer that. It's better to be born and have to go through struggle. Make your struggle positive.
there's a book that
Obviously, you could be deep in it and you can't
Yeah.
see it because you're too close to the tree to see the forest. But use that struggle to better yourself. I mean, obviously, hindsight's 20/20, and it's easy for me to say make your struggle a strength.
Well,
but
it's easy to look back and be like, "Why was I sad back then? Like I'm set now."
oh yeah, I mean, hey, trust me, I've been in some dark shit.
It never gets easier. You just have to have faith in the other side.
Right.
But oh shoot, what was I just
Something
about
like a
to
book,
say?
maybe.
Oh yeah, so there's a book. I haven't read it. It's by Ryan Holiday, but just the title
I like that name.
is
Ryan
interesting.
Holiday.
Yeah, he's
Sounds like a baseball
he's a
player.
modern student of Stoicism, the philosophy of
Right.
Stoicism.
Stoicism is an interesting philosophy.
I've
Definitely
been getting into it.
definitely go look into that if you
Yeah,
haven't.
I've really, really been getting into it. And I haven't read it, but the title is really enticing, kind of to this whole idea.
Hit me.
But it's called "The Obstacle is the Way." And because Marcus Aurelius was some like Roman emperor, I don't know if you've read any of his stuff,
Yeah. Get into that.
but he like writes about how, maybe you were just meant to do
what you're gonna do?
the harder stuff.
The hard
It's
shit, dude.
easier to do this, but you need to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And so Ryan Holiday wrote, and I'm a fan of his, and he has a great YouTube channel, and I watch a lot of his stuff, but he has a book called "The Obstacle is the Way." And it's a kind of about making the harder decisions that pay off later, and just the idea of the title.
Mm-hmm.
Because like when you're sad, when you're genuinely depressed,
Yeah.
it's easy to kind of let a lot of things slip by, but it's like when you are depressed, it's like brushing your teeth might be hard, showering every
Getting
day
out of
might be
bed.
hard, getting out of bed. But it's like, and Marcus Aurelius writes about this in his book Meditations. He says like, yeah, it might feel better to stay in bed, but you need to get out of bed and do what you were meant to do. And you need to get out of bed and do what's hard, because that's what's better for you. It's hard to challenge yourself. It's hard to do what needs to be done. Here's a good example. When I lived in Scottsdale, Arizona, there's a gym called Club SAR. But the manager of the gym, his name was Tom, and he said something to me. He goes, "Thomas, it's the days you don't want to go to the gym that it's
need to
most
go."
important." Exactly. The days that like really have you down, that's when you need to work harder to do the things you don't want to do. And like we were saying, the most festive time of the year, the most sad time of the year, the most seasonal affective disorder time of the year, this is when you really, really need to do what needs to be done for yourself. I don't know, man. It's a trip. Like, I've had dark times. I know you've had some really, really dark times. And I don't know if it ever gets better, but maybe we just get stronger.
Oh, it gets better. It gets better. But you also, it gets better because you get stronger too.
Yeah.
It's not just like, you have to.
Well, I always think like 10, like if you're at the gym lifting weights, 10 pounds never gets lighter. You just get stronger to where it's not so heavy. You know what I mean? And then if like something happens to you that really brings you down, you build up, you're able to build a way to deal with it. And that's the thing is like if things are getting you down and if small things are getting you down, don't let other people judge you, because there was a point where small things got them down. But you have to get the strength to pick up that weight, that emotional weight. You have to be strong enough to pick it up.
Yeah. I mean,
that's how I see it. Like, I don't know if things ever get easier. I think that you just get stronger that you can deal with it. But maybe that's just me.
I would say,
it's
a combination.
Yeah.
Things get easier because you get stronger.
Yeah.
And then you put yourself in positions for things to get better. Like, you improve yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And you put yourself in a position for things to get better. So I think it's a combination of both of those things. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
Does that make sense?
I don't know. It's weird, man. Do you get affected by the lack of sunlight ever?
No. And if I do get affected, I don't notice.
Yeah, no.
I think your co-host from last episode would be more apt to answer that question. I would argue no.
Well, whether it's seasonal affective disorder, like because of the shorter days, or just the time of year because holidays are really hard. I used to work at a community center food bank that we hosted AA meetings.
Okay.
And they always said like the holidays were the hardest part. You know what I mean? Not because of the lack of sun, but just because of the holidays. And a good population of people in AA have done things to alienate people in their families. Correct. They just kind of talked to me, and they were like, almost as a warning. And this is the whole message of the podcast: drink responsibly. Yep. Mm-hmm. If you are in AA, don't listen to this podcast.
It's literally called the Gin and Thomas podcast.
Like, we want this to be like drinking is staying fun. But they were saying like, man, like I pushed away my family, my friends and all that. And then the holidays are hard because everyone's together, but then it's just me.
I get it.
And I don't know, man. It's a weird time of year, so full of positivity and negativity, happiness and depression.
I'm going to tell you why I don't get seasonal depression. I romanticize the darkness. The cloudy shit.
Mm-hmm.
The dirty snow. It's like what we talked about already. It's the strength and the struggle. It's the getting stronger while you're feeling weak. I just romanticize it because it's like, watch a movie. There's so many movies out there about the underdog or the person that's in those positions. Like, romanticize it. Get better.
So Brandon, just in general, when you are down, what's your outlet? When things get you down, is it like you have your friends and your family? Like,
friends. I try to lean on my friends as much as I can. And then like the gym was always a good outlet. Mm-hmm. Put your anger out in that. Your frustrations.
There's no you cannot understate or underestimate how much the gym will do. The gym will do for you.
Oh, the gym too.
Yeah, the gym might make it a little worse, but the gym can do so much for you. But sorry to interrupt, but casual exercise can do so much for your mindset.
We had a guest or a co-host pop in actually. Do I get seasonal depression disorder?
No.
There you go.
Because Brandon's above it all, everybody.
Confirmed.
Well, so Danielle, our lovely co-host, we're kind of talking about seasonal depression disorder or seasonal affective disorder and like seasonal depression and all that.
Yeah.
Do you feel that you suffer from it on any level? Like the lack of sunlight or the cold or any kind of that?
Yes.
Would you like to elaborate?
Sorry, I didn't like the way he was holding that microphone in my face. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Danielle, welcome to the
I don't
third
like that.
drink.
Don't you always say you should skip the third drink?
Because, ladies and gentlemen, we did not skip the third drink today.
Oh my gosh. I think I'm a very outdoorsy person, so whenever it gets dark before like 5 p.m., that really affects me. I'm a person that has to be outside or like be like in a very bright area.
I know you're outdoorsy, but like, do you ever feel like not out of like a lack of things to do, but does like the lack of sunlight and the cold weather, are you ever like, fuck, I don't even want to get out of bed. Like, I don't want to brush my teeth. Like I don't want to project onto you, but like, do you ever get like,
Yes, every winter.
what do you maybe do to get out of it?
I got pretty big into reading, which helped. And exercising, I think in the winter time, I'll
And
probably
I
work.
just said this with Brandon. Exercising, like, I cannot talk about how good exercising is. Like, it's hard, especially when you don't want to do it. But when you don't want to do it, it's the most important.
Yeah, and it honestly feels better afterwards on the days that you don't want to do it, you know? Like in the winter, I'll sometimes work out twice a day.
Well,
Which is kind of insane. Like, I don't do that usually, but in the winter, especially on days when I'm feeling really down, I'll probably work out twice a day, like do 2 like classes.
yeah. Well, and I generally work out in the morning before I go to work. Is I try to wake up at like 4 a.m. to be at the gym at 5. And I don't want to go to the gym at 5 a.m. When I wake up at 4 in the morning, I don't want to do it. You know what I mean? But like, there are the days where maybe I sleep in until 6 and then go to work and I have a whatever day at work. But if I wake up at 4, do my little journaling, do whatever, get ready for the gym and work out from like 5 to 6, I have an amazing day at work.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just in a good mood. I'm friendly with everybody. I get a lot more done and I just feel better. So, I don't know. Like, I mean, I guess in general, to the people during the holiday season, because like, this is what me and Brandon and I were talking about, is like, you know, the holiday season, it's a hard time for a lot of people. Like, there's less sunlight, maybe you're away from family, and that's what we kind of talked about.
Right.
And so Christmas or Thanksgiving and Christmas, you know what I mean? But this is my first holiday season.
Yeah.
It's like,
so it's like this is like a big season that you're away from.
yeah, but there are a lot of people that live in the same city as their family and they're still not spending with them. But like, I don't know, it's hard. It's hard to think about, like, not being able to be with those people. And I mean, if you had one bit of, it is hard, but maybe you can do this one thing, what's your number one recommendation? Like exercising, like getting yourself up, like,
Yeah, no, that would probably be my one thing.
yeah,
Yeah, for
getting
sure.
out of that funk.
For sure. I really don't think there would be anything else.
So Danielle,
Yes.
what are some words of wisdom? What are some words that you can tell somebody that it's okay?
Tips and tricks.
Some
What?
tips and tricks
Oh,
for
I thought that was your thing. I don't know. I still feel like I'm learning, but something that I've found helpful for me is finding things that you're passionate about and like hobbies and like just things that make life worth living. So I have my plant room, and so these people that are listening could have their plant room or like their like safe place that they can go to filled with things that they love. So like I have my piano in there and I can like practice listening to my piano or practice playing my piano. It's warm in there. It's like probably 10-15 degrees warmer than the rest of the house in that room, and it's like freaking just gorgeous in there. So what really, like, I don't know, find your plant room. Find your hobby. Find something that you like. That's why I don't like to waste my time watching TV and stuff, because like I'd rather just be doing something that I like to do instead of watching other people do things.
Find your plant room.
Yeah.
Beautiful way to put it.
Find your man cave.
Find your man
That's
cave.
what Brandon wanted me to say.
Find your man cave. Find your plant room. Find,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? A lot of growing and building and contributing. I think
Right.
like your plants, like
Yeah.
you're contributing to these plants and then they grow.
Mm-hmm. Instead of focusing like on the negativity and the negative things that are happening, there's still like you can still focus on the positive things as well. It's hard sometimes. Like some days it's
It
really
is
hard to
hard.
do that. And it's okay to have bad days.
I have thoroughly enjoyed you being on the third drink, and I continue to love hearing your input. So I'm handing this back to you. Continue, please. It's the third drink. We're drunk. I think we've said it all. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Brandon Churchill on YouTube, Brandon_Churchill_95 on Instagram, Brandon Churchill without the U on Twitter.
You can follow me on Instagram at CaptCoolKid. That is CAPT Cool Kid on Instagram, as well as Bad Boy of Botany. You can follow the podcast on Twitter at Jen and Thomas Pod, and on Instagram. I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm fucking. Fuck.
Put it in the goddamn notes app, dog.
All right. Hold on. I'm building it.
Emily Nicole on Instagram.
Emily
You got
Nicole
some-
on Instagram.
you got some
Let me
numbers in
hold
there,
on.
dog?
I have to redo the whole social media shout. Hold
Yeah,
on.
You do.
Okay. You can follow me on Instagram at CaptCoolKid. That is CAPT Cool Kid on Instagram, as well as Bad Boy of Botany. It's a little bit of a hobby plant Instagram. You, fuck, dude, fuck.
It's the third drink.
It is the third drink.
And we're drunk.
I'm not repeating it. Hold on. You can follow the podcast on YouTube. Fuck, god damn it. Oh shit.
I will show you the outtakes of me trying to do my outro after this so you feel better about yourself.
Oh my god. Okay. You follow on Twitter and Instagram.
And I believe
I'm gonna fucking
Inst-
kill myself,
the
dude.
Instagram is Jen and Thomas Podcast.
I'm sorry, Brandon. I have to start over, man. I'm gonna kill myself.
God, dude, these wings are getting cold.
We're
homie.
gonna eat them. Okay. This is it. All right, hold
Combine
on.
them. God
Hold on.
damn it. They're
I'm
the
just
same.
gonna start over. I'm embarrassed. I'm sorry.
They're the
guys.
same.
I've been focusing too much. You can follow the podcast on YouTube and Twitter at Jen and Thomas Pod. On Instagram, we are Jen and Thomas Podcast. Sorry about the discrepancy. I do have Jen and Thomas Pod on Instagram. I just forgot the password. This is the third drink. This is my co-host.
Yo. Oh, Danielle, where can we find you?
You can find me at Danielle Kay 23 on Instagram, and also Danny's Wet Planties on Instagram. DANIE.
And this is our special guest.
Hello
And goodbye.
and goodbye.
Please drink responsibly.
Drink responsibly.